Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Grid Guru. Episode number.
Four.
Did I
Four.
mess up your
No.
mojo?
Five.
Did I
Episode
mess up your
five.
mojo? Did I
No,
mess?
I wasn't expecting you to do it, but you
Yeah,
did it, so it's okay.
that's why I messed up your mojo.
I mean, no, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's
Are you sure?
okay. What can I say?
So, what can I say? That copyright.
Episode five.
Sebastian Vettel's racing
I
number is
knew
5.
it. I knew it.
Anyways, this weekend was the Bahrain Grand Prix, and
We
what an
finally had a
exciting
race.
weekend!
Fifth episode, and we got a race. We have a race to review. We can
What
race
race?
review.
What happened? Nothing happened. Max
Max
Verstappen,
Verstappen won
Grand Slam.
the 2024 Bahrain GP. Did anyone have any doubt?
I had doubt. Ferrari looked fast until the race, and Charles Leclerc
What
had
did
that.
I tell you? What did I tell you that day when
No,
you
no,
said
no. Okay, okay. But in all fairness, Charles Leclerc had brake problems for the first like 3 quarters of the race. Okay, his car was literally deviating to the right in the brake zones by itself.
Hey, listen, let's just hope the Bahrain curse does work this year.
I don't think so. I think Max is immune. Um, on the topic of Max, apparently there's some drama between Jos Verstappen and Christian Horner. Very big drama. That's a nice water bottle you got there.
It has a water filter in it.
I need one of those. Anyways, Jos Verstappen, Christian Horner hater. As we recall, Christian Horner in trouble for something or another. No one actually knows.
Wasn't it like
It's like something of sexual nature with some. Who knows? They're
but
not transparent enough.
he got cleared, right?
He got cleared. Either they paid the person off or something. Who knows? But anyways, Jos Verstappen after that incident has gone on record saying, or I'm pretty sure Max told other people that Jos said this. Whatever. Someone, in one way or another, someone said that Jos Verstappen said that Christian Horner is going to tear Red Bull apart. And supposedly, Jos
Damn.
went to Mercedes asking if there was a
Damn.
seat for 2025.
Damn. For Max?
Yeah?
Why is Yoss fighting Max's battles?
I think Jos is a very weird guy.
I don't
He's
like Yoss Verstappen.
abusive. We're going to get sued for slander. But
No,
yeah,
we're not. We're just stating facts. No, we're not saying anything that hasn't been said before.
that's also true. Um, but no, Max, that's just some little side note, something going on in the background. But Max wins by 22 seconds to his own teammate. Can you believe it?
45 seconds to the closest other team.
No, 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 no. Carlos Sainz was like 3 seconds behind Perez.
Was he? Oh, I think halfway through the race he wasn't.
Yeah, he was ahead at some.
Oh, there was the whole Ricardo Yuki drama.
I wanted to talk about that so bad.
Okay, talk about
How
it.
about you say your remarks, because I have a very anti Daniel Ricciardo opinion.
Well, you're generally very anti Daniel Ricardo.
No, that's not true. I
I
like
think Yuki
Daniel.
waited too long to let him pass.
He waited. Okay,
Like
here's
by the time Yuki had slowed Daniel up. By the time Yuki let him pass, Daniel, there was no way Daniel could have caught Magnussen. And by the end of the race, he's still dropped 2.4 seconds down to what was it, 6/10? Um, so he was already not so far behind Magnussen. If Yuki had let Daniel by, there's a good chance he could have passed Magnussen. Of course, they still wouldn't have any points, but at the same time, like it was an immature move on Yuki's part. I don't blame Yuki for being mad. He was performing better than Daniel all weekend. I have no, but I think it was very immature of him to take it out on Daniel.
um here's my take on it. Yuki was within a lap or two of overtaking Magnussen. Um, Yuki was within DRS. Ricardo could not close up to Yuki. When the swap did happen, Daniel did not lose time to Magnussen because of Yuki. He lost time because he was being lapped by Max, and that's why he was able to catch up again.
Well,
Because
they
when
both happened at like the same time. It was like a 1-2 punch. Like he was held up by Yuki and then immediately he had to let Max pass.
yeah, but also at the same time, Max also held up Magnussen. That's why he closed up. I think in 4 laps to overtake someone on old hard tires with new soft tires,
Well,
and he wasn't able to do it.
he had more pace than Yuki. That was just visible. That's why they wanted to do the swap.
No.
There was no point in the swap. I agree that like honestly the team shouldn't have really called for the stop, but at the same time like Yuki showed his
He's not a
immaturity
team player.
in taking it out on Daniel. Because Daniel didn't
Well,
make that call. The
did you
team
hear
did.
that team radio? This guy's not fast at all. Not at all.
I mean, like even like
Now,
I don't know why he took it out on Daniel. Like, okay, you're angry at the team, take it out on the team. Go talk to the team after during the
well,
debrief.
here's the thing.
The whole like post race dive bomb is so unnecessary.
Okay, that I will say very immature. But when you're
He
at a
nearly
team,
damaged both of the cars.
when you're at a team where points are scarce, like now we're seeing Visa Cash App RB. We're just gonna call them RB. I can't do this Visa
Yeah,
Cash App RB.
V carb
Oh,
or RB. That's
when
it.
when you're at a team like RB, and you're looking at contract negotiations, the things that people look at is your head to head with your teammate. Now, Ricardo wasn't able to overtake Magnussen. Ricardo didn't give the position back to Yuki at the end of the race, even though Yuki, in my opinion, dutifully deserved to be ahead of Ricardo over the course of that whole weekend. Is it
I mean,
fair
he
to say
was
that the
he had better pace over the course of the weekend if you
yeah?
average it out. That's just true. I think honestly the team order should have never been made. I think it's
I
just
agree.
immature of Yuki to
Yes.
take that out on Daniel. Like
Okay.
what?
I think we have
Daniel
a
didn't make
very
that call.
similar opinion. I think Yuki was being immature, but I think it was also unreasonable for RB to
Yeah. I don't
Daniel
think
by.
I don't think your opinion's anti Daniel Ricciardo. I think your opinion's anti RB. Because realistically Daniel didn't make that call. The team did.
Well, but Daniel asked for
Well,
it.
sure, but they didn't have to say yes.
I would have rather it been like Carlos and Charles, where they actually battle for the position. You know, like these team
I mean,
orders,
yeah.
they were banned for a certain period of time.
In general, I don't like team orders in general. I just think
Yeah.
I think they limit the sport. I think they limit the head to head. Of course, I think sometimes the team thinks that it's necessary, and when it is
Hmm.
necessary, when it's fighting for podiums and stuff, it makes sense, I guess. But like, even still, I still think that it should be
Not as prominent.
mostly the teammates should be able to fight for their
Yeah.
position. I think that's the whole point of racing. Even if your teammates, even if the one that's winning the world championship is behind you, you should be able to fight if you want to fight. If you want to let your teammate bite, let him bite. But like, the team shouldn't be the one to make that call. The driver should be.
I agree. Here's another thing that was brought up during the race by the commentators: blue flags. And this is while Max was lapping.
Oh, one more thing on team orders.
Oh, okay.
I think sometimes it makes sense for team orders purely
Yeah.
if the teammates are fighting so aggressively that the multi-million-dollar cars are at risk, it makes sense sometimes.
Especially when one has much greater pace than the other.
Yeah, if it's like a significant amount of pace and they're fighting and they're like gonna kill
Wasting
each
time.
other,
Okay.
then
Okay.
maybe team orders make sense. But yeah, either way, I think they should be a lot less prominent, as you said.
What about blue flags? This was brought up as Max was lapping the RBs and the Haas. There was a time in Formula One where blue flags weren't used to overtake lap cars, and other series like WEC, which are multi-class racing, endurance racing, they don't have blue flags. You have to figure it out yourself. So, how do you feel about blue flags in F1? I'm like an interviewer, man. I'm asking you questions.
I don't think I've ever really given it that much thought, honestly, because
Yeah, but
blue flags.
also, but there's instances, and I know Sebastian Vettel's my favorite, but Sebastian Vettel literally whining about blue flags in a race.
Blue flags.
Blue flag! Tell this guy blue flag!
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's difficult to pass. Blue flag. I mean, it's
Writing an audiobook on blue flag procedures.
what the
I love Vettel's angry radios. They're so funny.
What do I think about blue flag? I think that
Do you think they're necessary? Do you think they make the sport easier or harder to watch?
I think they're useful in the sense that I guess in safety they do play a part
Mm-hmm.
purely because like, oh, you have this significantly faster car coming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I think it makes it less
Exciting.
exciting. I think I like the idea of cars being able to fight to not be lapped.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, eventually they're gonna be lapped, so why not just bite the bullet and do it then?
Um,
Um,
Here's something that Croftier Martin brought up. Um, if there were no blue flags, they're not obligated to move out of the way. We'd have instances where like a sister team like RB or like a junior team like Williams may try to hold up the opposition. Like Williams would hold up Red Bull or Ferrari for Mercedes, or RB would like
mm,
hold up the
I mean,
opposition.
Williams isn't really a sister team to Mercedes
They're the, but
as much
yeah,
as RB is to Red Bull. Like I feel like
but
RB
but
is more
those aren't the
likely to
connections.
play the Red Bull card.
Yeah, but
But
like things like that, like how are you supposed to police that? Because you
I
can't just be like, oh, he was doing it on purpose. Because we've had
that
instances where
that's
people defend
that's
positions, like
valid.
2021 Abu Dhabi. Perez was slow on purpose in some corners.
That's valid.
Um,
That's valid.
so how do you police that?
Um, yeah, I mean that's like I don't know how you would police that. I think blue flags make it a bit annoying just because it's like, oh, you just let them by. Like what I always liked about the idea of first place catching up to the back of the pack is like, oh,
Another car.
this gives second place a chance to catch up, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
especially with the DRS. You
and
can get
especially
DRS
with
off a
Max
back marker.
Verstappen. It's like, oh, second place now is a chance to catch up to first place. That could mean that second place comes and has an overtake opportunity. At the same time, yeah, what if a Ferrari is in the lead and an RB comes and holds him up so that Max Verstappen can come? I think perhaps that could be its own way of being interesting. I think that could
Yeah,
involve its own strategy and that could involve,
but
like,
that
hear
just
me
comes
out.
down to money.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that could involve its own like strategy plays, but at the same time, yeah, at the end of the day, it's like which sister team is the most likely to
Willing
help.
to do.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be RB for Red Bull rather than
Obviously, I mean
any
the
other team for
day.
anyone. Yeah, it's literally RB like Racing Bulls.
I think not. But also remember, I think it was 1998 Spa when Mika Hakkinen overtook Michael Schumacher using the draft from a back marker. Things like that make the sport exciting. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about
I
specifically.
don't, but
It's one
I'll
of
find the
my
clip.
favorite overtakes ever. Very scary. It was on the Kemmel Straight. Very good overtake. Recommend you watch that.
I think
Um,
no, continue. Go ahead.
you think?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I had a question and then I forgot the question because I was so into that no, Mika Hakkinen overtake. Love Mika
Damn.
Hakkinen.
I think that it's a discussion to be had, but yeah, I mean, in those days it wasn't so clear. I feel like
That's true. Because there
like
wasn't as much technology or anything to
yeah.
like,
Well,
right? That's
moreover,
fair.
I don't think you had like a junior team that would be willing to fight for you. All these teams were fighting each other fully. I don't think you had a sister team like I don't know.
Yeah, that is also true. You didn't have like this.
You
I
didn't
think that
have a team that was gonna fight for you at the bottom as well as at the top.
yeah, it is very interesting to see.
So in those days, it makes sense not to have blue flags. But I think
Now we need to
whoever said it, Crofty or Martin, I think they were right.
one or the other.
I think they were right in that. Yeah, like what if the back markers hold up another racer? Yeah, I guess there's merit to that discussion.
Do you think this Bahrain Grand Prix is a bad omen for the rest of the season? Seeing Red Bull,
Yes.
in my opinion, the Red Bull dominance wasn't as extreme as it was a year ago. Like I don't know, even though Max won with a wider margin, Carlos was able to stay same pace as Perez, didn't close or open the gap, but stayed at the same pace. Charles, even nursing a brake issue, was able to stay ahead of both Mercedes, and we saw 5 teams in the points with both their cars, and everyone behind them was pretty close too.
I think I messaged you. Yeah, so I
You
recorded
probably
my
did.
reactions. I recorded my reactions to qualifying as well as pieces of the race. I'm not gonna play them because they're not interesting enough. I thought
I
like
did not.
I was recording it in case like Lando Norris got pulled and I'd be like, oh, Lando Norris got pulled. But like I was like,
No.
the reaction was quite like if I can if I play it, I'll play it here. But it was literally like, oh, Max Verstappen got pulled. All right, Verstappen up by 3/10. You, I guess. What can you pull out the bag? What can you pull out, Leclerc? What can you pull out, Leclerc? What can you watch? What can you watch? Come on, 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 come on. 2/10 off. All right, Science, 4th. All right. Well, that's your grid. So George Russell B3. This is your grid. That is unfortunate. I don't know. Leclerc P2
Okay.
though, so
But even Max in his pole lap, I just before this I watched the radio rewind for the race weekend, and Max was like, that wasn't a fast lap, but it was a decent lap. And even
That's-
he was surprised that it was a pole position lap.
but
And
that's scary.
Yeah, but that lap by Max was slower than Charles's Q2 time.
Yeah, but if Max was saying that's a decent lap and not a fast lap, that's scary because that means he has more pace in that car.
Maybe. But the track conditions
I
also
think-
did devolve a bunch.
I think Bahrain is a bad track to gauge the rest of the season on.
I agree.
Which is why I kind of don't like it being the first track of the season. But I think Jeddah's also a bad track.
I love
evaluate.
Jeddah though.
I love this track. I love driving it so much, but
It is a fun one.
I don't think it's a good track to gauge the rest of the season by. But it's still gonna be a fun watch. I think the Ferrari's gonna have a very good chance at Jeddah.
Oh yeah, they have a pretty good top speed.
They have incredible top speed, and that's kind of what Jeddah's all
They
about.
also have incredible slow corner speed. So
Yeah,
those tight
so
hairpins and all that.
I think Jeddah's gonna be a circuit that suits the Ferrari very well. Hopefully
I
we
don't know
see a
about the
Leclerc win.
Leclerc pole, Verstappen win.
Listen, Verstappen pole, Leclerc win.
Maybe.
Wait.
Also,
Oh.
waiting.
What?
You
I
said
wanted
wait.
I wanted to talk about Logan Sargent.
Okay. No.
No,
No.
listen, it's not against him.
No.
It's a defense, okay? This is
I
a
don't-
defense.
I didn't actually see the clip. I can't find the clip of what actually happened. It's just of him being on the runoff.
It was
I
a
think the
it was a
tires
steering
locked.
issue.
Oh, his steering wheel
Yeah, his steering wheel got screwed up during the race. He had a mechanical issue with the steering wheel.
Okay. I didn't
And
know that.
So he made up a lot of positions at the start. I don't actually
He did.
remember how many. I mean, he made up several positions. He was going good. He showed that he did improve. He did definitely show that. And then his steering wheel just said like, "Nope, I don't want to help you."
Another
and-
Williams steering wheel. Oh.
Yeah. What? Albon also.
The-
had stuff?
He, on his wheel, it said "car too hot." While he was trying to overtake an Alpine. I
Shit.
thought that was so funny.
That's really funny.
There's no
Car
code word or
over-
anything.
It's like
It's
car
no,
too hot.
Yeah, it's literally car too hot, not car overheating. Cool the car.
It's like
Car too hot.
It's like one time I was driving with my phone like in the wireless charger. I pulled it out and it said, "Your iPhone is too hot." And I just couldn't use it. It just said iPhone too hot or
Yeah,
something.
I've had that.
And yeah, that just reminds me of that. But like I was that the Williams boys did not have fun. Let's just say that.
But okay, but it's a step up, I'd say.
Oh,
they
for
are
sure.
competing.
Oh my
yeah, and-
God, Bottas's fucking pit stop.
Oh no, he cannot get any luck.
He
With those wheel
cannot
nuts.
catch a break with his pit stops. When was it with Mercedes? Where? Monaco?
Monaco 2021.
Monaco 20, yeah.
No, it got stripped.
The 48-hour pit stop.
It was so bad. I think it'd be funny if Bottas still has that wheel nut, because I
He
think they
probably
should have given it
does.
to him.
He probably does.
Another team that I was pleasantly surprised about, Haas. Even though the race did not pan out, Hulkenberg into Q3, knocking
Well,
out Lance Stroll.
we saw that several times last season.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it seemed legitimate
Hulkenberg,
because
well,
Magnussen was
Hulkenberg's
in
just
Q2.
that's also true. Hulkenberg's just a really good qualifier.
He is.
I think we've come to understand that Hulkenberg's an incredible qualifier. He's pulling so much performance over a single lap out of that car. Um, sure, he was P10 in Q3, but the fact that he made it to Q3 is an
Yeah,
achievement in itself.
Haas is. I have hope. They're probably gonna score points.
Okay, I
There's some
want. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no no. I was gonna say this is the first Bahrain Grand Prix without zero retirements, zero
Yeah,
safety cars.
yeah,
So the reliability of all these cars is crazy. Even
it's gone
that
up.
shitty Alpine.
Even though the Williams did have some mechanical issues, so did the Ferrari. Overall,
So did the Mercedes. Lewis's seat broke. Russell's ECU was not having it.
the
But
Mercedes. I think I messaged you, James. I was like, oh,
yeah,
during practice too, I was like, James
James.
Allison cooked, and then the qualifying came, and I was like, James Allison did not cook.
They did not. Especially
Uh,
Lewis. He was so far down.
yeah, I don't know if that was just Lewis dreaming of
No, no.
Ferrari or if that was his
I don't think
car.
so. Lewis is very focused.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis's qualifying even last year wasn't incredible, but his race pace is just he makes up a lot of places. Russell loses places. That's the pattern.
I mean,
Um,
Russell did have to carry a harder issue. He had the ECU problem.
I
Um,
think we'll see how Jeddah is not a very forgiving circuit when it comes to mechanical issues.
yeah.
So we'll
We'll see.
definitely see how that goes.
Also, Lando did need to take a new energy store and another part before
Yeah,
the race.
very soon in the season.
Um, I don't know.
He
The
did need it.
reliability is good, but we'll see
I
how
I think
long
there's
it can last.
inklings of worry. I
Especially
think
with the Mercedes power unit. I think all the
yeah,
Mercedes power unit teams had some issue or
that
another.
is true.
McLaren, Williams, Mercedes.
I think saying that we're in the clear, like all the reliabilities of these cars is good. I think it's too early to decide that for sure. Because
But
we
the first
saw,
race, pretty good.
yeah, of course. I want you to tell me this. I think we're coming up on our. No, we're not. We have
We
8
have wait
minutes.
time. We
We
have
have like
time.
8 to 10 minutes. But yeah, I want you to say this, and then we'll discuss. I'm gonna write it down. But
Gonna write
what
it
do
down.
you think is our ranking for the teams first, and then we'll talk about drivers. But teams
Oh no.
first. Talk to me. Top 10. Well, there's only 10, but 10 teams. What's the ranking?
Um,
Go.
Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Aston, Williams, RB, Haas, Alpine.
What happened to Sauber?
Oh, Sauber ahead of Haas, one ahead of
Okay.
Haas. I knew I was forgetting someone. I was trying
Yeah,
not to.
I was like,
I always
"Wha-
forget
what
someone or
happened to
another.
Sauber? Actually they were calling it Sauber throughout the race, so that's what we're
Yeah,
gonna call it.
because it's an international broadcast, so
Yeah, so we're gonna call it Sauber. I like
just to
Sauber
avoid issues.
more than what they call it currently.
Stake Kike,
Uh,
Sauber, F1A,
all right,
Team
so
A.
Red Bull, Ferrari, you put McLaren over Mercedes. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. What's there
Yeah.
to talk about?
Well, why McLaren
McLaren,
over Mercedes?
because
Last year Mercedes was what, P2,
yeah,
then Ferrari, then McLaren.
yeah.
So why have McLaren jumped up a place? Ferrari has jumped up a place. Mercedes down 2 places.
Well, okay. Look at the Mercedes car. They came out with an innovative design, the 3.5 front wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did that take him? Nowhere.
But it's Bahrain, and the
Yeah,
Mercedes
but they're
didn't do good in
behind.
Bahrain last year either.
But they're behind both Ferraris. Lewis was behind Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri for most of the race. He only got ahead of Oscar Piastri because of a pit stop issue. Um, like these Mercedes are going nowhere.
I have a
Like
lot of optimism for McLaren.
I think, and McLaren is going somewhere. We saw last
Yeah.
season insane upgrades mid-season. I think
Well,
it's gonna happen again.
not only that, Oscar qualified P18 in Bahrain, now
Yeah,
P8 this year. Of course, he was a rookie. That was his first ever F1 race, but at the same time, like
I
that
also
is
think
not normal.
I also think the McLaren lineup is probably the best on the grid.
Yeah, you
Honestly.
have two like young, incredibly talented, quick drivers, and they don't hate each other yet.
Yeah.
They don't hate each other
Uh,
yet.
I think it's a good lineup. Not dinging. I personally, I think Ferrari has a very good lineup too, but I think the McLaren lineup hasn't reached their true potential, where the Ferrari lineup is performing as best as it can when their cars actually work,
Yeah,
which is fifty
which
percent
is
of the time.
yeah, it's not very common. But
Um,
yeah, no, I think McLaren has a
Also,
lineup.
Lewis has kind of lost his spark. Like this whole race weekend, he was
I
just kind of
think I think he lost
there.
his spark with Mercedes. I don't
We'll
know.
see
It
with
might be
Ferrari.
too early to say, but like, is is he just no longer feeling the Mercedes love? Is it a little awkward in the team maybe
I don't
after the
think
winter
so. He's
break?
been there too long for it to be awkward.
Maybe, but it's also like, oh, I'm working as your race engineer, but I'm not gonna see you. And 1 year from now, you're gonna be in red. So,
I don't know. I think
um, I still can't
it's a
imagine him in a Ferrari suit. It's still weird to me.
um.
Uh, I see all the photoshops and I'm like, ugh.
Well, they photoshopped Carlos's body on Lewis, so or Lewis's head on
Yeah,
Carlos's
maybe
body.
that's why.
Like it is a little weird.
It just doesn't fit him. Like I'm just like,
Yeah,
ugh, what is this? Oh, I'm wearing formal again because I think I'm gonna do this every time we have an episode because I've done it for the past 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna continue it.
you're a formal man.
Yeah. All right.
Um, what's
So
yours?
Red Bull P1. No, I'm just going down yours again. So Red Bull P1, I'm just gonna say what I agree with, what I disagree with. Red Bull P1, I 100% agree with. I think Red Bull will be P1. Ferrari P2. Again, it's too early for me to say that. The optimist in me wants to put McLaren ahead of Ferrari, but I think I am gonna put
No,
Ferrari
I
in.
can't
I
agree.
think I am gonna put Ferrari in P2, just because I don't think Mercedes has it. At the same time, they weren't good in Bahrain last year.
Mercedes?
Yeah,
They're on the podium.
were they?
Oh no,
Aston was
sorry.
Alonso was on the
Yeah,
podium.
but Alonso was followed by Carlos, I think. Never mind.
Yeah.
Uh, Too far ago, too long ago. I don't remember.
I'm gonna, as much as it pains me to do it, I'm gonna put Mercedes above McLaren.
Ah,
I I hope I hope to God I'm wrong
I think
because
you're wrong.
I think everyone knows how much I like McLaren. I think everyone knows how much I like a certain driver in McLaren.
Oscar
Um,
Piastri.
Actually, Oscar Piastri is probably like he's like my third favorite on the grid.
Okay, I'll take that.
It's Lando Lewis Oscar for me.
Okay. So you're at Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, fifth.
Fifth is gonna be Aston for me, same as you.
Oh, wait,
Um,
before you go on,
Actually,
I
I'm
just want to
putting
say,
McLaren at third. I'm putting McLaren at third. I
okay,
think
okay.
maybe it's wishful thinking, but I also think that
I don't think it's wishful thinking. I think McLaren have a very clear um, design stage. Mercedes has tried a design that I don't think is going to pan out for them,
I
looking
just
at this
find it
early
funny that
result.
Red Bull made Mercedes' zero pod work.
Well, it's not exactly a
It's
zero
not. It's
pod.
not. It's not exactly, but it's also like, oh God.
It's definitely an evolution of the
Wait, you
early
just put
Mercedes
Alpine
design.
in dead last. I just realized
Oh,
that.
of course. There's no question about it.
Alpine in dead last?
Did you see the race?
I saw the race, but also McLaren were 18th like last year.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the McLarens: they're at least fighting in the back. Who's
Okay, that's
Alpine
valid.
fighting? No one. They weren't
That's
even
valid.
fighting each other. Alpine went from 5 engine ducts to 20 to cool their damn engine.
Okay, I'm not putting Alpine in dead last.
They're over
Um,
the weight limit.
that's true. I don't
They
know how
both got
Alpine
knocked
fucked up.
out in Q1, and it
Alpine
wasn't
fucked up,
close.
and they removed all this color. They would have done better with their car from last year.
I genuinely think so too, actually.
They would
Like,
have
I don't know
done
what's going on.
like if they just brought their car that they had in Abu Dhabi last year.
Also, the Renault
It would
power
have done
unit
better.
is shit. The Renault power unit has been shit for like 5 years now.
P6, who
If
am I doing? I'm doing Williams in P6.
wait, before we move on,
Yeah.
I just want to mention, we don't need to talk about it. Lance Stroll, amazing recovery
Holy,
from
yeah.
last to 10th.
P20 to P10 is crazy. I think that went under the radar a little bit. But like,
He
holy.
deserved recognition for that. He was not too far behind Fernando. So I'll stop hating. Haters, stop hating.
I'm
All
putting
right, continue.
Sauber
Sorry.
ahead of RB.
Okay. Okay.
So my only difference is that instead of RB Sauber, I put Saubi. I put Sauber RB. I mean,
The only reason
I put
I
Alpine
can't
in dead last too.
the only reason I can't say Sauber is ahead of RB is because currently the team is more concerned with the Audi renovation than they are with actually being a racing team, in
Oh,
my opinion.
I don't
And I think
know.
they're focusing on 2026 so that Audi, when they come in, they are competent and not this far back. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
It is the
Okay.
first race.
How much time do we have left?
We have a couple minutes.
We have a
We can
few minutes.
we could get our driver standing. We'll
Yeah.
just do the
Do you wanna
top 10. Top
No,
10?
I mean, let's do top 20 if we can.
Okay.
Do you remember
Um,
all 20 drivers if you rank them?
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like
so.
I'm gonna forget someone if I do it. But okay,
We'll
go
see.
go ahead.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Max,
Max.
Charles,
Oh,
Carlos,
okay. Ferrari
Perez,
T3. Okay.
Russell,
Okay.
Lando,
Damn, Lewis this low.
Oscar,
Oh,
Lewis.
are you just reading out the race results?
No, but this is actually very similar. Did I say Alonso?
No.
Alonso. Oh, this is like where it gets a little iffy. I'm gonna say Ricardo,
Okay.
Stroll.
Okay.
Oh no. Go back to Ricardo.
Okay.
Albon. Then I want Stroll,
Okay.
Sargent,
Oh, Logan is up there. Okay.
Yuki,
Okay.
Ricardo.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's real.
Valtteri, Joe, these guys?
No.
Fuck.
Hulkenberg,
Okay.
Valtteri, Joe, Magnussen, and then the Alpine guys can go do whatever they want. I
No,
don't care.
no. Give me something.
Pierre Ocon, because I don't like Ocon that much.
They
but
were
it-
the commentators were talking about how nice Esteban is.
SG bestie.
They were
Shut
like,
up.
he's such a nice guy to just have a chat with. I don't agree.
Yeah, you don't agree. I don't care.
Max, I'm gonna put
what's
Max P1.
Are you gonna put Checo P2?
No. I'm
Okay.
gonna put I'm gonna reflect you and put Charles P2. I'm gonna put
Okay.
Checo P3.
That's fair.
I'm gonna put it's optimistic, I know, but I'm gonna put Lando P4.
Okay.
He was 1 point away from P4 last year, and if he hadn't crashed in Las Vegas, he would have had P4. Okay? You cannot argue with me on that. That is just true. So I'm putting
Yeah.
Lando P4.
Okay.
After Lando, I'm putting Lewis because I don't
Carlos is this far down.
Yes, I'm
He
putting
literally just got a podium.
I'm putting Carlos after. So did Alonso. I mean, oh, he was P4 last year. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. No, I'm sticking to this. I'm putting
Okay. No,
Carlos.
I'm
putting
just
Carlos
saying.
there. I think towards the end of the year, his confidence is gonna go down as he realizes this is his last year. But
Oh, his confidence is really high because it's his last year. He's in like his villain era.
I don't know about all that. I mean,
Okay.
I think he's gonna get more desperate towards the end of the year, and that
Okay.
might lead to bad things.
All right. Continue.
And then after Carlos, I am putting Oscar, which we're actually putting him at the same place. After Oscar, I'm putting George.
George Bustle.
Then I'm putting Fernando. I think Fernando's a bit too low, honestly.
But that car is not competent, or it's not as competent as last year's car.
Yeah. After that, I am putting Alex, same position. Then I'm gonna put Lance, same position again. I'm not gonna put Logan, even though I wish it was true. I'm gonna put
You're such a
Yuki.
hater.
I'm gonna
You're
put
such a
Yuki
hater.
here.
You're such a hater.
Then I'm
You're-
gonna
yeah.
put Logan.
Yeah, so you put Yuki ahead of Ricardo as well.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I even said like all weekend his pace was just better.
I'm glad we can agree on that because
Then
I think
I'm gonna
Ricardo's
place
not near
Daniel
Yuki.
at the same position as you are.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Valtteri over Nico.
Maybe we'll see.
I'm gonna put Valtteri, then Nico, then
Joe?
then Kevin, then Zhou.
There is no way you put Kevin ahead of Joe.
Wait, no. You're right.
Magnussen is like a thief. Like I don't know how he's
Yeah.
convinced people he's a good driver. But
Well, he's like aggressive, and that's why everyone's like he's a good driver. Then I'm gonna put Pierre and Esteban.
FD bestie.
I feel bad putting the Alpine boy so low.
Yeah, but
Actu-
the Alpine is just a dog shit ass.
I feel
car.
bad
It
putting Pierre.
literally-
I feel bad putting Pierre Gasly. that
Yeah,
low.
Pierre is a top class driver in a.
So we are
top
very
class.
close, but our P3, P4, P5, P6 are different, and then I'm not really counting all the way down, but we have very
We have
similar
some.
lists.
Yeah.
But I put Lando way ahead. I put Lewis way ahead.
No confidence with Lewis this season.
I don't know. I mean,
Qualified
Lewis-
P9.
I think putting Lewis at what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is harsh. I mean,
It's not that harsh.
that's kind of harsh.
That's not that harsh.
What were the 2022 driver standings? Like, where was he there?
Lewis?
Yeah.
P3.
No, that was 2023. 2022.
Oh, 2022.
He was P6.
P5?
He was P6.
or-
Carlos Sainz was P5. So, you're putting Lewis P8. You're putting Lewis P8, and
Yep.
he did qualified and did worse in Bahrain in 2022 than he did in 2024.
Okay.
So
But
you can't
here's-
even use Bahrain as a metric if you're gonna do it like that because he did better this
No.
year than he did.
No, I can. Do you know why?
Hmm.
Because in 2022, the Mercedes who were the Mercedes fighting in 2022? Like in
Themselves.
Bahrain.
Themselves?
Wait, what was Lewis's finishing position in Bahrain?
10th.
Did
He asked, "Is there even a point for that position?"
really?
Yes. He got P10 in Bahrain. And he finished the year. That was the year he was testing like all the shit. at the
Who's
beginning of
on the
year.
podium?
It was. Let me check.
It was Charles, Carlos, and who's the third? Russell?
Wait one sec.
Waiting.
Races. Race result.
Race
It was
result.
Charles, Carlos. Wait, Bahrain? Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Wait, he got a podium.
That's
Wait,
why I'm.
Wait,
Like,
where did he get P10? Because I remember he got P10 and he was
I think
like,
it was Miami,
no, it was a night race. It was definitely a night race.
the Jeddah. Then
Was it Jeddah? Yeah, it was
I
Jeddah. He
remember-
got P10 in
I
Jeddah.
remember Lewis like doing good in Bahrain because both the Red Bulls
They both
killed themselves.
Yeah, he only got a podium because the Red Bulls
Yeah, but
killed
he's still
themselves.
being a P5.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I still don't think Lewis is down at P8. I think that's
Yeah,
I think
but-
that's too harsh.
but
I think
Oh,
we'll
no.
see the Mercedes potential come like it's a while, but come Silverstone we'll see like what they can really do.
we'll see. We'll see.
I think the Mercedes generally perform pretty well at Silverstone.
I don't know, man. But
I'm
that's,
excited to see the rest of the season. I think
if
while the race
Ferrari can
itself
catch
was
up to Red
boring,
Bull.
it raised a lot of questions. I think that's the
All right.
consensus. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. We have recorded a little bit over schedule, 40 minutes, but
It's
that's
okay.
okay. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Grid Gurus. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are from Instagram, let us know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, follow us on every platform, please, and thank you. Comment, it helps us in the algorithm. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And
As always,
as
hit
always,
for wets.
That's not
Pit
becoming a
ferenters.
thing. That's not
Pit
becoming a thing. I
ferenters.
refuse to let that become a thing.
Pit ferenters.
That's not becoming a thing. Okay.
Don't cut the chicane.
that-
That's a Vettel reference. Canada 2019.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Don't
pit ferenters.
crash in Hockenheim. Don't
Don't
go
pit
don't go
ferenters.
into the wall in 2018
Don't
German Grand
pit
Prix.
ferenters. Oh, we forgot to talk about something important.
Wait, what did we forget to talk about?
Red Bull is equal on total race wins as Williams.
It's a good
That's
it's a good side note.
anyways. Don't pit ferenters.
Don't crash at Hockenheim.